Hello guys, how are you doing? It's been a long time actually. The reason I wasn't doing live because I wasn't feeling well, and to tell you the truth, I'm still not feeling well. I have cold, and like my throat is still sore, and because of Ganpati also, we have a lot of sweets, and there was so many noise like songs and all playing, so that's why I couldn't do live. It's been, oh my god, I don't even know how long it has been, that I think 3 or 4 weeks. uh, yeah, I think it's been 3 4 weeks last when I did live. I don't even remember what we have actually read. I have no idea, but I remember this much, that uh, there was the Minju. There was Minju threatening Taehyung that he should stay away from Seojun. Uh, Soeun, sorry. I also forget the name of the people. Okay, fine. So Minju threatened Taehyung to stay away from Seoul, and he seemed threatened, and we don't know what he is going to do, if he's going to keep the friendship or going to break the friendship with Sion. But we have saw so many things, like how Sion and BTS friendship developed, and how they became more close, and how BTS are actually using Sion to tease people around them, like their classmates, and the people in the school who are like getting jealous, and they are quite having fun. But as I told you guys, I have already said it in the poll that mm, there is some reason behind BTS are trying to befriend Seon, and we are going to find out, and let's see what is going to happen. Like, many of you guys said that they are befriending her so that they can get rid of Seon. So yes, now let's go and read the chapter 20. I guess we last read 19, so now we are going to read chapter 20. I hope you guys are able to hear my voice. Okay, so we have chapter 20, and at the starting, Taehyung went to the class slightly late, but luckily the teacher hasn't arrived yet. Taehyung went to his seat, that was beside Seon. Seon noticed his presence and looked at him. He wanted to talk to him. She wanted to talk to him, but Taehyung already slammed his head on the table. She just sighed and looked at her book, continue reading it silently. I think Taeyong is really stressed because of Minju and what she said, that she can do anything to get rid of Seon if he kept being friends with her. So I think he's getting her flashback. You should stay away from her if you want her to be safe, because Taeyong, I will make you mine again, and I'm gonna get rid of everything that is on my way. Taeyong abandoned. Taeyong abandoned his head from the table when Minju's words lingered in his head. He sighed deeply. He didn't want to get Seon in danger. She doesn't deserve that. Seon already suffered enough, and Taeyong didn't want to make her suffer even more. Seon was still reading her book. Taeyong wanted to talk to her, but he still didn't know what should he talk to her. Seon, is Jackson still bullying you? That came out from Taehyung's mouth. Soeun looked at Taehyung and blinked. No, she lied. Taehyung knew she was lying. He can see her new booties. I don't know why this word is. I can never say this. Booties. Burries, not burries, it's burries on her skin every time. Taeyong actually wanted Soeun to talk to him more, rely to him more, maybe. He really does. Oh, he wants her to share things, but is that what he wants, or he just wants to talk to her more so that he can share about Minju, or find out about Minju if Minju is actually threatening Soeun or something. Maybe that's what he wanted to find out, because I don't feel like in the Taehyung's how Taehyung's character is, I don't think he's into talking much, or like he doesn't want to talk without a reason, of course. So maybe that's why he just wanted to know about Jackson and Minju, whatever her worries are, so that he can get rid of get rid of them. Maybe. Okay, let's continue. Sion's heart jumped when Taeyong suddenly talked to her. He usually don't talk to her, so it's kind of weird for Sion. But then, they are friends now, so it's not unusual for friends to talk to each other. Sion, if he still bullies you, please tell me, okay? Taeyong said. His face was blank, just like his usual face. Soeun just looked at Taeyong. She didn't know what to answer actually, so she just kept quiet. Oh, hi. Hi, Army girl. Okay, Taeyong asked again. Okay, Soeun lied. Soeun knows Taeyong will be angry with her if she didn't tell him the truth. But still, she didn't want to burden them with her problems. Sure, they are friends now, but Soeun still wanted to handle this alone. The bullying matter is her business. Good, Taeyong replied. The teacher came and the boring lessons started. Okay, now, I guess Army Girl said that her name is Komal, like my friend Komal. I hope, I don't know. Okay, let's continue. The boys were waiting for Soeun. Jimin and Taeyong went, Jimin and Taeyong, when the recess comes, the whispers never seem to come to an end. Soeun signed. Soeun, Soeun Nuna, Jungkook said in a happy voice. His eyes, okay, let me say it again how Jungkook said. Soeun Nuna, Jungkook said in a happy voice, his eyes shone as ran to Soeun. Soeun smiled. Hello, Jungkook. Jungkook crouched down to Soeun's height. This is so cute. Okay. What? Soeun frowned. No nice shirt. Jungkook teased. Soeun frowned more and slapped Jungkook's neck. Jungkook yelped and held his neck, smiling at Soeun. Nuna, Jungkook called again. What, Jungkook? Soeun sighed and looked at Jungkook properly again. Can I get a headband? Jungkook asked. Oh my god. This, okay, now it's kind of getting me into this cute things. That's what excites me. Okay, now, can I get a headband? Such a cute thing to ask. Why? Soeun asked. I always got a lot of love from Hyung's. I never got Nuna's love, so I want a headband. Jungkook said, smiling cheekily. You are weird, Soeun frowned. Don't care. Still want headband because we waited for you and didn't leave you alone. Jungkook explained. Ah, headband. Jungkook whined. Alright, okay. Soeun sighed and rubbed Jungkook's head. Jungkook giggled and Soeun can't help but flash him a soft smile. Eat. Jin suddenly sang happily. Let's go to the canteen, he said excitedly. Canteen? Sion said in her mind as her heart started to beat faster from nervousness and being scared. Sion didn't want to go to the canteen. Last time, when she ate in the canteen with the boys, she could see Minju glaring at her the whole time. And if looks can kill, Sion was already dead. Why are you crying? Taehyung asked. But before he could wipe Sion's tear with his fingers, Sion already wiped it on her own. I mean, is she crying just remembering Minju? Like, oh my god, she's so sensitive. Shit, she was thinking so much about Minju, she didn't realize a tear already escaped her eyes. Can can we go to other place? Sion asked, voice croaking. Sion wiped her tears that were slowly flowing. Sion groaned in annoyance. Sion knows that she always cries to the slightest things. This, of course, annoys her very much. What would the boys think? Sion thought that they eventually will leave her too, if they can't stand any annoying crying baby like her. I am so sorry, but can we go away from here, please? She begged, while the boys just stared at her. Okay, Taehyung said, and all the boys walked together with her. They all kept silent, but Soeun knew that they will ask her tons of questions later. Here, here will be fine, Hosok said. He gave Soeun a soothing smile. She smiled back. You didn't feel comfortable with the stairs, aren't you, Soeun? Hosok asked, and Soeun nodded weakly. Well, that's not of it. That's that's one of it, Soeun said in her mind. They took Soeun to her practice room. Okay, to their practice room. After they sat down in a circle, Soeun looked around as she felt that this room looks extremely familiar. She looked around again, scanning. Isn't this the old music room? Yes, Jungkook cuts her word. We did some cleaning and eventually made this room our practice room. Soeun nodded in understanding as her mouth became an O shaped. Okay, so she's like oh kind of doing maybe. So if you really feel uncomfortable with the attention you got from people here, then we will eat here with you every day, Namjoon told her. So, because in the canteen she was getting all the stares, they are saying like Namjoon is saying that If you don't like that attention, you can come and eat here every day. Yeah, I'll get food for us. Either I cook or just order it. It's easy. Jin smiled. I'm sorry for being a burden, Seon suddenly said, and the boy's face fell instantly. Seon couldn't help but feel like that. One of the things she hated is giving burden to people. Never say that again, Taehyung said with a cold voice. You are not a burden. We didn't even feel pressured. You are our precious friend. You are one of us, Namjoon said. Seon nodded. Don't say things like that, Seon. You are making us sad, Hosok said softly, looking at Seon and sighed. Seon just looked down. Seona, why did you cry? Did someone hurt you? Jimin asked worryingly. His voice was soft. Seon didn't answer. She didn't want to burden them. Even though Namjoon said that she is not a burden, she still needed some time to be comfortable. What she was feeling right now, she was scared of Minju and Jackson. She also felt sorry because she can't bring herself to tell them her problems yet. She just can't. Seon knows that she was the problem. Feelings overwhelming, she didn't notice that a lone tear escaped her eyes. Seon's sniffs, guilt grew inside her. I'm so sorry, Seon croaked out, head hanging low. Okay, she croaked out, head hanging low. Please don't cry, she heard Jin begged with a soft voice. Seon slowly wiped her tears. You can tell us. We'll help you with everything we can, Seon. Seon was still looking at her lap. It's nothing, she replied him. Why won't you tell us? Namjoon asked this time. I can really sense there is something wrong. Namjoon looked at Seon. I'm sorry, she said, still looking at her lap. Jungkook's face saddened. Seon Nuna, don't apologize, Jungkook said as he tried to take a look at his Nuna. For once, if we wanted explanation, can you just look at us? Taehyung asked slightly harshly. Seon looked up. You should really learn not to be rude, Taehyung, Yoongi said. You could say that more nicely, he snapped at Taehyung. Enough, Jin warned Yoongi and Taehyung as he glared at the two. Later, his eyes went to Seon. Seon, if you don't want to tell us, it's okay. But remember, we are now your friends. If you think friends like the ones that you will hang out with 24/7, yes, we are. But we are also going to protect you from danger, from bullies, from insult, from everything that is bad for you. We will be there for you. So don't be afraid to share with us what's bothering you, okay? Jin said longingly. But we won't force you to tell us. We know you will eventually tell us everything if you have opened up your heart more to us, Yoongi said. And we will wait for that time. You are not alone anymore. Jimin piped in. Seon was speechless. She looked at all the boys. Okay, she answered. and all she can ever do is nod. She figured for a second that she actually never felt this safe. Maybe, just maybe, friending with them is a choice that will change her life that is full of darkness and fear. So, this is the end of chapter 20. So, I don't know, guys, how it was. I just feel like my voice isn't coming out loud when I'm actually reading this. It's still like I have cough, so cold and cough, and I don't think my voice is coming out nicely. So, I would have what I should do. I don't know. Okay, I should drink some water and continue then chapter 21. Okay, how do you guys feel? Please comment down. Let's see if changing place can help my voice to come out more clearly. Uh, there was a phone stand where it was. I got it. I hope this works and my phone doesn't fall. Okay. This is enough. So, yes, now I'm going to read chapter 21. Okay. Taehyung signed after all of them finished their dance practice. He was not that tired. Oh, I. There is some pop up coming, guys. 1 minute. Okay, yes. Taehyung signed after all of them finished their dance practice. He was not that tired. It just something was bothering his mind. He signed again as he scratched his hair. Tae. Taehyung heard Jin called him. So he looked at Jin's direction. Jin was wiping his sweats on his forehead with a white towel. Is there something bothering you? Taehyung signed again. No, Hyung, it's nothing. He lied. But Jin knew him way too long to not know when Taehyung is lying to him. Jin scoffed. Don't you dare lie to me, Taehyung. I know you. I don't know why this pop-up is keep coming in between. I don't like this pop-up. Stop coming. Stop coming, bro. Okay. If it comes one more time, I'm gonna get really pissed off. Okay. Don't you dare lie to me, Taehyung. I know you. Jin sent Taehyung a death glare. Now spill, Jin demanded as he gave Taehyung a look. Taehyung kept silent. Is it about Soeun? Namjoon asked. Oh my god. This pop-up. Oh, why is this happening? Okay, guys, just 1 minute. I have no idea how to get rid of this. Maybe I should keep it open in the background so it doesn't pop up. Yeah. Okay, let's try this if it works. Now let's continue. Is it about Seon? Namjoon asked out of the blue, and Taehyung instantly tilted his head to Namjoon's direction. Namjoon smiled when he saw Taehyung's surprised expressions. I'm guessing I'm right, he said proudly. Seon, she. Taehyung signed. He was hesitant. Taehyung frowned at himself because he was feeling like this. Why was he thinking about Seon? Why does Seon bother his mind so much? Taehyung blinked. She's my friend. She's one of us, and she may be in danger. It is natural that I'm thinking about her. Straight to the fucking point, damn it. Hyungi was annoyed, but this was the first time he saw Taehyung this restless after a long time. I think Seon is in danger, Taehyung told them, and the boy's eyes went wide. Nuna is in danger? Jungkook screamed out. Taehyung nodded at the youngest. Kang Minju. Taehyung trailed her name as he felt goosebumps on his spine. I think she knows about Seon. All the boys' eyes went wide, and their skin crawled when they heard Minju's name. Yoongi fisted his hand, and as he felt anger starting to boil in him. Okay, so every one of them hates Minju, that's for sure. And I know that girl more than anyone else. She is capable to do anything to get what she wants. Taehyung sighed in frustration. She wants me. Taehyung looked at his friends. She wants me back. I don't want to be captured with her ever again. His tone was sad and hurt. And Seon, I know that Minju will hurt her sooner or later. I just don't want her to be hurt. I don't want Seon to be hurt, he said as he scratched his hair again. He didn't know what to do. I got a feeling that she already did. But of course, Seon didn't tell us. But I don't know what to do, Taehyung said, frowning. What should we do? Taehyung asked. His tone has a hint of desperation. Taehyung, do you care about Seon? Jin asked. As he flashed Taehyung a smile, Taehyung blinked. Of course I care about Seon. She's our friend. Taehyung said coldly. I just don't want her to be hurt, that's all. Full stop. He said, avoiding his eyes from his Hyung's for a moment before looked back at them. Namjoon smiles. Then let's protect our little princess. Okay. Bangtan chased Seon as soon as the final bell rang. Seon was at the library doing some revision. The boys scared the lives out of the librarians, the students there, plus Seon that was doing her homework when they burst into the library. That was like making people scared for no reason. Like if they are running and coming, rushing into the library, people might think that something bad happened, and they also need to rush out of the school or something, maybe a earthquake or fire or something. Their eyes were searching for Sion. They instantly smiled when they saw her. Nuna, 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 Nunaya! Jungkook sang song as he skipped excitedly to Sion's table. Sion looked up with a confused face. What you doing? Yoongi asked as all of them already seated at the same desk as her. Ah, you're studying, Yoongi carefree said. Yes. Okay. The reason I'm taking this break between I'm like reading it, so because of that pop up, and I'm not able to get rid of that pop up yet. So it actually covering the half of the text. So whenever the pop comes, I just click it back and then open it again. So that's why I'm just taking a break in between, so please don't be annoyed by it, because I am really annoyed from the fact that I have to see that pop up again and again. Okay, it is back. Okay, so let's just read. Yes, Sion replied softly. My voice isn't soft. I can't mimic, like in my back like videos I've been mimicking, like different voices, but you understand, right? I'm not feeling well, that's why it's happening. Okay. Yes, Sion replied softly. She continued doing her homework, maths. How she wished she can get rid of that subject. The boys were looking at her, but she decided to ignore them first. She wanted to get over this homework quick. She scratched her hair and just tapped the math question using her pencil hopelessly. Namjoon suddenly took her pencil, catching her off guard, and went close to her book so he can look at the question. Ah, this, Namjoon said with a knowing manner. You do this part first. Namjoon circled the number, and then you divide the equation later on, adding the sum. He explained, but Sion didn't get it. she just took her pencil away. Like this? She asked, unsure as she pushed her book near to Namjoon. Letting him see her answer, Namjoon checked and smiled proudly. Yes, you are a smart one, aren't you? Namjoon praised as he rubbed Seon's hair. Seon smiled cutely as her eyes were in half moon. Okay. Guys, the half moon eyes, the Korean eyes, when you laugh, they get like half moon. Okay. Jimin giggled. You look cute when you smile like that, he said as he smiled too, giving her his eye smile. See, it's the same. Okay, they are having a same smile, eye smile. Okay, let's go. We should hang out. Taeyong suddenly stood up. He quickly went to Sion's seat and packed her things. Taeyong put all her things inside her bag and carried it while getting out of the library. The boys watched Taeyong amusingly while Sion looked at Taeyong's back figure. Sion looked at the six boys. Does he just does he has something with carrying bags? She asked curiously. No, and he never was, Jungkook replied. He never even carried our bags before. He stared at Seon. Okay, so this special treatment is only for Seon. Okay. Then why is he? Seon frowned. The boys didn't know too, so they just shrugged. Maybe he has something with something else. Jungkook trailed. Seon frowned her eyebrows. What does that even mean? She signed out and went out of the library, the boys following her. Okay, guys. So, what do you guys think? The first thing I wanna ask, like, what do you guys think? What is happening here? Like, things are getting interesting for me. To tell you guys, like how. What is this sound? Okay, for me, there are just sparrows behind my window. Yes, outside of my window, they are making some noises. Okay, so for me, it's getting really interesting, because Taehyung is showing his cute side of him. He didn't do that before. Like, he didn't show this type of side of him before, so I kind of really like the fact that he's taking care of her. He is worried about her, so I really find it cute. So let me go and read chapter 21. Didn't I just read chapter 21? What chapter did I read? I have no idea. Let me just check. Okay, yeah, I just read 21. So I'm gonna read now 22. How you guys think? Please tell me, because I am I am really excited. Okay, I can't wait. I am going to read chapter 22, and I don't care about the pop-ups anymore, no matter how many times it's going to middle and try to stop me. I'm not going to stop. I am going to keep reading. Okay, chapter 22. Soeun was at school. The boys gave her a ride and went to their way. They bid Soeun goodbye. Taehyung and Jimin went to the toilet, so Soeun took this time to go to her locker, wanting to take her books from the upcoming period. Suddenly, she felt a tap on her shoulder. She looked back and saw Minju. She gulped in fear as her eyes widened. We need to talk, Minju said, glaring at Soeun. Come on, she said. Sorry, guys, my throat. You understand. Okay, come on, she said forcefully, grabbed Soeun to a quieter place. Wait, Soeun said, but Minju was still grabbing her arm, and Minju's nails were digging in her arms. Soeun yelped. Soeun was dragged into an empty classroom. Minju looked looked at Soeun like a snake looking at its prey, still glaring at her. Soeun blinked as her heart started beating faster. What are you, Minju? Okay, I know. It's Minju's dialogue. I thought it was Soeun's. What are you? Minju asked as she gritted her teeth in anger. What? Soeun said timidly. What do you want from me? Soon managed to speak, despite being so scared. Do not fuck around. Minju spat to Sion's face. Why is everyone spitting from the starting? I have no idea. In this fanfic, everyone is spitting at each other. Minju spat on Sion's face. Sion whimpered and closed her eyes. I gave you a warning and you just ignored it. Minju grabbed Sion's hair, yanking it hard with her hand. Soeun yelped as she attempted to remove Minju's hand from her hair. I told you to stay away. Minju gritted her teeth. I told you to stay away from them. She screamed like a crazy person as she suddenly slapped Sion's cheek. Sion yelped in shock. It's like deja vu. It's like how she was with Jackson. The pain was the same, except the person in front of her is a girl. Listen here, bitch. Minju's nails were digging Sion's face. Sion, uh, just a second. I think I should put it like this. My phone. I'm not sure if I'm clear or you guys are able to hear my voice. Anyways, let's continue. Listen here, bitch. Minju's nails were digging Sion's face. Sion's eyes were already watering. Stay away from them. Stay away from my Taehyung. She grabbed Sion's book from her hand and threw it on the ground. Stepping on it, Minju punched Sion's face. Remember, this is just the beginning, she warned as she walked away and slammed the door shut. Sion's stance became a squat. She buried her face in her hands. She sighed. I never wanted to be to this point, she sobbed. With Jackson, and now she cried. Cried and cried again. Maybe, maybe I should stay away, Soeun said to herself. She figured with the that way she will be safe and but what about the boys? She sighed. Soeun hated to admit it, but she became attached to them. After she calmed down, she went to the classroom. Carefully, so she will not be seen with the boys, she decided that she will run away when she saw them. Soeun still didn't want to get them involved with her problems, so she made her mind to run away when she saw them. The boys searched for Soeun everywhere, but she was nowhere to be found. It was already after school. They thought Soeun was already in class, but it turned out that she didn't enter class after all. On recess, they didn't have the opportunity to search for her when the teacher suddenly delayed them with a long speech at the hall, making every student didn't get to eat lunch. What are these teacher are, giving speech about when this kind of things are happening in the school, like kids are getting bullied and everyone is like teachers are giving some speech. Where could she be? Jimin muttered to himself as he scratched his hair. Namjoon appeared beside Jimin and looked at him, signing in defeat when Jimin shook his head. Taehyung groaned, pulling his hair in frustration. He might go bald. He might go bald, but he didn't care. Taehyung was frustrated. I'm going to the rooftop, he said to his friends. All the boys followed him at the back. The rooftop door slammed open with a loud bang, but she didn't care less right now. Soeun was in her own world. She didn't even want to care about anything. She had enough problems, that's enough. If she stay away from them, they will probably get over it soon. Sion's heart dropped when she noticed all the boys were standing in front of her. As soon as she noticed them, she wanted to run away. She still didn't look up. Her face was probably still bruised. Taeyong was already in front of her. He looked angry. His chest were going up and down. Soon stood up from the bench and tried to ignore all of them. Where are you going? Taeyong asked as his hands gripping on Seon's arm. Seon was struggling to get out of his grip. Let go, she begged. She didn't look at Taeyong and the boys. No, I won't let go until you tell us why are you running away from us. Taeyong's blood was boiling up. Now tell us, he shouted. No, she cried, stay away. Seon was shaking miserably. Once again, her stance became a squat. Don't mind me and leave me alone, she sniffs. The boys looked at her in shock. Soon wanted to say more, but every time she attempted to say more, she would sob instead. Go away, she begged, and afterwards she was whimpering with non understandable words. What's wrong? What happened? Taeyong asked. His voice was unbelievable. Oh my god. I should I should learn how to speak or how to read. I don't know which one is suitable. His voice was unbelievably soft. He grabbed Seung's shoulders, letting her sit on a bench. All the boys were standing in front of her, worried. She didn't want to answer the question. She didn't even want to look up. Her face was bruised badly. She really didn't want to worry them. Siona, please, Jin said softly, tell us what happened. He said as he looked at Sion. She didn't look at them from the moment they went to the rooftop. Taeyong groaned and squatted. He grabbed at Sion's chin. Tell us or else? Taeyong's eyes enlarged. Jimin, Hosok, and Jin gasped in shock. The others just looked at her stunned. Who? Who did this to you? Taeyong asked. He gritted his teeth. Sion's cheek was red, bruised, was was a little blue. Sion didn't answer. She just shook her head. Nothing. I ran into a pole. Sion gave a pitiful excuse. Taeyong scoffed. Jimin looked at Sion. I'm sure someone hit her. Look at the hand mark. He pointed at her cheek. Siona, can you tell us what happened? Namjoon asked as he looked at Sion with soft eyes. Sion still crying when she shook her head. No. For fuck's sake, stop crying, will you? Taeyong shouted as he signed, grabbed his hair in frustration. Sion still looking at the ground. She was shaking harder than before. Jimin pinched Taeyong's hand, making the boy look at him. Taehyung just let out a deep sigh. Just tell us what happened, he said, trying his hard not to let her shed a tear from her eyes again. Soeun looked up, eyes meeting with the boy's worrying gaze. She bit her lips. Please, just stay away from me. Not this again. We have talked about this, right? Namjoon said. Please, just please, she begged, her eyes watering. She wiped it with the black, sorry, she wiped it with the back of her hand. But the tears just won't stop coming out. You are not going to tell us why? Yoongi asked, and Soeun shook her head almost instantly. She didn't want to burden them. Bullshit. Come with us, he said as he looked at Soeun. Grab her hand, he said, and Taehyung carried her in his arm, making her What is happening? Okay. You are not going to tell us why? Yoongi asked. And Soeun shook her head almost instantly. She didn't want to burden them. Bullshit. Come with us, he said as he looked at Soeun, grabbed her hand and said. And Taehyung carried her in his arm, making her yelp in surprise. I'm not getting who actually carried her and who is actually saying that. Uh, is it Suga or Hyungi? Okay, so Yoongi is the one. He's like, bullshit. Come with us, he said as he looked at Soeun. Grab her. And Yoongi said that grab her. And then Taehyung carried her in his arm, making her yelp in surprise. Let me down, she begged as she hit Taehyung's chest. But Taehyung didn't took any action, and they walked with Soeun in Taehyung's arm. She was still hitting Taehyung's chest. As soon as they are at the hallway, everyone was looking at them. Let me down, Taehyung, she shouted. Okay, she was also whispering and shouting as she didn't want anyone to hear her. Taehyung scoffed. Fine, fine then. You want me to drop you? He said as he looked at Soeun, her face bruised, her face buried in his chest. I can drop you on the ground. Soeun shook her head. Thought so now. Shut the hell up. We are kidnapping you. Okay, so this is, I don't know if this is into the um, into the fanfic, like part of it, or it's just writers thought, like they are, you know, carrying her. Taehyung is carrying her in his arm. Things are getting kind of serious. Thought so. Now shut the hell up. We are kidnapping you. Okay, so yes, that was it, guys. Cool. Could we stop by Taco Bell first? Buried in what? Okay, so buried in what is like buried. Her face is buried in Taehyung's chest. Okay, that that's the answer. Okay, I think I should stop now because the pop-up is kind of annoying me, and my throat is also not in a good condition, and I'm not, if you have, you know, noticed. It's just that I can't speak properly. My voice is, hmm, yeah, my voice is kind of really sore, sore voice. I don't know to call it sore or what, but my throat is sore and my voice is hoarse. Yes, my voice is hoarse. So I think I should stop. Still, I read 3 chapters and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I was being really annoyed by the pop-up, but yes. I hope like next time when I read this, there is no pop-up and we can read it peacefully. I hope you guys enjoyed because I kind of really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to read more. And let's see when I can come back. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, or maybe uh, tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Whatever time is comfortable for me, and I hope my voice don't get worst with the time, and I can see you guys. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. See you later. Have fun. This I think I should have sent this before reading the fanfic. That would have been better, but fine. Have fun, guys, with your real life, because I think our imaginary life is going to get better with this fanfic, because I think things are going to turn out to be good with Soeun. Let's hope it does. Yeah, with that, our imaginary life also going to get really good, because you know Taehyung is carrying Soeun in his arms, and she is putting her face in his chest. Okay, and that's quite exciting and fun. Really good material for the imagination. So yes, okay. I think I should end this live. So see you next time. Bye bye. 사랑해, 보라해. 다음에 또 봐요. Bye.